على من لا نبي بعده وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم أما بعد ولقد آتينا داود وسليمان علما وقال الحمد لله الذي فضلنا على كثير من عباده المؤمنين. In Surah An-Naml, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the story of Prophet Dawood and his son Prophet Suleiman alayhi salam, and then the story of the ant, but mainly two tests that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests people with, generally, adversity and prosperity, hardship and goodness. Hardship, the example that we all know is Prophet Ayub alayhi salam. And when it comes to prosperity is Prophet Dawood alayhi salam. Too much kingdom, prophethood, everything. Look at the wording, وَأُوتِينَا مِن كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. Everything has been given to us. That's what Prophet Suleiman alayhi salam said. Prophet Ayub alayhi salam, we know the hardship that he went through for years and was patient. And that's why the scholars differ. Who is better, the one who have hardship and patient, or the one who is blessed and controls himself from falling into haram, grateful? Which one do you think, Brother Nadir?
Probably the one that's...
We don't know. Each one of them has a status that it's impossible for you to prefer one over the other. Me personally, I want the prosperity side. Which one you want, brother?
Same thing.
Same thing. Who wants the hardship? You want it? Oh, you're just scratching your head. Let's take a reflection on what Prophet Dawood alayhi salam did. وقال الحمد لله, both of them, Prophet Dawood and Suleiman alayhi salam, الذي فضلنا على كثير من عباده المؤمنين, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preferred us over many of his servants. Notice the wording, many, not all, because there are some people more. I mean, let's take Dhul Qarnayn. Dhul Qarnayn, the west and the east is under, the west and the east, is that what I said? Well, Spanish and English. The west, what did I say? The west and the east? The east and the west under his control. Subhanallah. So they were very precise with their wording. كثير من عباده, and you are some of those people who are blessed. Then when Suleiman alayhi salam inherited his father, he proclaimed, يا أيها الناس علمنا منطق الطير وأوتينا من كل شيء. He is basically showing the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how he can actually speak with the birds. You know, my dream is to speak with ants. What about you, brother?
Same thing.
Same thing, mashallah. Imagine understanding the language of the birds, animals in general. Most of us, the bird could be weeping and we think that he's singing. It's always the birds are singing, right? Is it true? Every time your voice is coming, you're happy?
Yes. I thought it's singing.
I say, subhanallah, this is ni'mah that is not huge. Look at his dua. This is what I want to reflect on. Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, after he said, وَأُوتِينَا مِن كُلِّ شَيْءٍ, then they were passing in a valley. And in the valley, ants. Wadi al-Naml. This is how much ants in there. The valley of the ants. So many ants. And then one ant speaks. يا أيها النمل ادخلوا مساكنكم. Ladies and gentlemen, enter, run away. You're going to be destroyed. Huge army. Suleiman, he's going to destroy you unintentionally. Look at the beauty of the word. وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Because we're not supposed to really kill the ants or kill anything unless it's harmful, commanded to kill it, or it's harming us. So Prophet Suleiman alayhi salam is going, him and his army walk all over the ants because they don't see it. They're not going to be going for a war thinking about ants or bugs in the street. But one ant, one namla, yani how many millions of ants are there? One ant took it on herself to speak and enjoin good and forbid evil and care for other people. One ant, ya Shaykh. And that's why I always say enjoining good and forbidding evil, specialty of people who can do it. Not everyone can do it. Not everyone cares to do it. This ant did not say, oh, why should I say it? I mean, there are so many other ants. Let one of them do it. I'll just hide and, it's their problem. No, ya ayyuhan naml, it's not like to the next ant. No, proclaim to all the ants. It's like you get microphones and you say, brothers, watch out. Udkhulu masakinakum. Da'wah. And giving da'wah. And taking care of her people, regardless if she is in charge or she's not in charge. Regardless of the position and regardless of the feelings, doing it for taking an action. When Suleiman alayhi salam heard that, he understood what the ant is telling the ants. I can't imagine the beauty of that. قال رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي. Oh Allah, help me. I don't think I can thank you enough. I don't think I remember to thank you enough. Incite me, push me. أوزعني is like alhimni, it's like inspire me. It's not just remind me or make me. No, it's a lot more than that. This is like in Surah Maryam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He pushes and incites the shayateen. أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا الشَّيَاطِينَ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ تَأُزُّهُمْ أَزًّا. Shayateen, when they come to the disbeliever, they're pushing him to do the evil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does that, so the punishment will be big for them. So he said, أوزعني, O Allah, help me, incite me, make me do good. أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك. أشكر نعمتك. How do you thank the ni'mah? Is it just to say Alhamdulillah? Thanking is by the heart, by the tongue, and by the limbs. By the heart, to confess it is the ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not your intelligence and your plans and your muscles and your degrees and your education, your experience, none of that. This is good that you have it, but the one who really gave it to you, each and every one of those, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot experience without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can't go to school without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He provided you with the brain, He provided you with the money, with the hands, with the legs, everything. So everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You confess that the ni'mah is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When something good happens to you, what do you say? Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala akramni bi kada wa kada. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me with a son, blessed me with this. Why? Because it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك. So in the heart I confess. So I know this is ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I have to say it. It's not like Alhamdulillah ala kull hal. Alhamdulillah ala kull hal. 99% of the Muslims, Alhamdulillah ala kull hal, meaning they are in miserable situation. That's what Alhamdulillah ala kull hal means. Alhamdulillah ala kull hal is an indirect way of telling me, help me. Respectfully, without begging. How are you, Sheikh Hassan? Alhamdulillah ala kull hal. Then immediately, you know I'm in need. Okay, brother, what can I help you? What's going on? بتلحقش لو بدك تحكي لكل واحد شو كل واحد الحمد لله على كل حال. Nowadays everybody is على كل حال. Hardly you find someone plain alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So in the tongue alhamdulillah, in the heart confession, in the limbs show me that alhamdulillah. Don't say alhamdulillah, Allah bless me, I open a business and then when we ask for help in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you walk out as if you have nothing to do with us. Well, not with us, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's house. The one who gave you what He gave you. So if you don't show the blessings, you go to the gym and mashallah, each muscle, we cannot grab your bicep with both hands. When it comes to sweeping or carrying the trash or helping with the cases of water, bringing it or something like that, you disappear. I have back problem. Back problem and you go bench press 600 pounds. والله almost كل الشباب ما بسأل واحد بيقول لي عندي باك بروبلم و24 ساعة في الجيم. يعني our children too, so I'm not going far, so I'm not talking about your children, I'm talking about my children. So with the limbs, show the gratitude. Confess, speak about it, and show it. Show it in action. If you have money, spend the money. If you have muscles, use the muscles. If you have brain, let's see some improvement in the system, in the masjid, and calling, and following up, and programs, and anything, help. So this is نعمة. أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي. Look, he included the parents. Without him, he's not even here. So don't forget the ni'mah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you with, which is your mom and dad. And I'm sure you've seen the message of the champion, Brother Khabib. Have you seen the message? What did he say? He just basically said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then your parents, your parents, your parents. That's it. That's it, your parents. Everything will be good for you. And he's right. The pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with the pleasure of the parents. Imagine your prayer is not accepted if your parents are angry at you. And many of us raise their hands and beg and ask and everything, and their mom and their dad probably not even called or checked with or cared for, and we think that we are doing wonderful. So when he made the da'wah, the dua, he made dua for himself and for his parents, because they are included. In Surah Luqman, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? شو الآية بتقول يا شيخ؟ ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير. Be grateful to me and be grateful to your parents, because you haven't got there just simply you were born and all of a sudden you are a person with kingdom. You went through a lot through your parents who got you all the way there, and now you are acting like you are not in need for your parents. So علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه, and to do something, to do good deeds. But you can do good deeds, that doesn't mean it's accepted. ترضاه يعني do good deed that it is accepted by you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can do a good deed and you have a show off in it. Riyah. You can do a good deed that's not according to the sunnah. It's all of these are rejected. You can do a good deed with minor shirk or with shirk unknowingly. We commit shirk unknowingly. Can you imagine that? You commit shirk, brother, and you and me. That's why we make a dua. What's the dua? Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika shay'an a'lamu wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lamu. That means you can commit shirk. I seek refuge in you to forgive me committing shirk knowingly, and forgive me if I do it unknowingly. So, a'mal salih, do righteous deed, and you accept it. Because it can be a righteous deed, but missing the second condition. I always tell you and remind you, for any deed to be accepted, two conditions. Sincerity, according to the sunnah. It can be according to the sunnah, but not sincere, rejected. It can be sincere, but not according to the sunnah. It's also rejected. So either one, صالحا ترضاه. Look at the end. وأدخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين. And enter me in your Jannah, دار الكرامة. في عبادك الصالحين يعني مع عبادك الصالحين من الأنبياء والمرسلين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. And then finally you say, and Allah admit me in Jannah with those who earned your pleasure and your mercy, because you can't go to the Jannah without the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the prophets and the martyrs and the righteous people. Just one point here. Look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَنْ أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا صالحا نكرة ومنونة. This is to show the greatness. You want so much of good deeds. Not one specific good deed, a lot of good deeds you want. And that's why it's not a definite article, it's indefinite. Salih, any righteous deed that is pleased Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with, do that. So this is a great dua to always say, رَبِّ أَوْزِعْنِي أَنْ أَشْكُرَ نِعْمَتَكَ الَّتِي أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيَّ وَعَلَى وَالِدَيَّ وَأَنْ أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا تَرْضَاهُ وَأَدْخِلْنِي بِرَحْمَتِكَ في عبادك الصالحين. ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يستجيب لنا وأن يغفر لنا ويرحمنا ويدخلنا في عباده الصالحين. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
جزاك الله خير يا شيخ حسن. طيب بدي أخذ منك حسن.